Hi, Tom Lahiff. Thank you for joining me here at the Lahiff Library. We're here for the second and final video for my campaign for mayor for the village of Brooklyn Heights. Over the last couple of years, I've been approached by many residents to encouraging me to run for mayor. One of the reasons is because they're just tired of being misled. You'll hear that we had a record year last year, but overall we've gone over about how we lost $187,000 for last year, and we are down for this year. And right now, when you look at the monthly figures, we are up $200,000 from the beginning of the year, but most of our expenditures that people know come out in the last 2 months of the year. So I've attached a document that was put together, a projection by our clerk treasurer, Tim Clymer, and it is showing that on September 19th, he did the projection that if we spend 3% below our estimated budget, we will have a deficit for 2017 of $542,000. Now, since he put together that projection, we have lost our largest employer. They moved out in October. And that won't affect our numbers for this year, but they will affect for next year because there's a lag time from when they work and from the time that we get the revenue from it. But the mayor never told us in council until after they moved out. Now, there's only one of two possibilities. Either he didn't know they were moving out, or he knew and they decided not to let us know. And we were doing a lot of meetings with budgeting, and so that would have been important to know. The second reason is people are tired of being bullied. I'm the first candidate to run against the mayor in 12 years, and he did everything behind the scenes he could to destroy me. From the whole situation for the assault charges, and everybody knows now that those are all fabricated for political reasons. There are employees in the village that support me, but they can't do it publicly because they know it'll be held against them if they publicly support me. Now, there's always been bullies, and there's different ways that we could deal with that. We really have 5 options. One, I could just complain about all that he's done to me. Second option would be to quit and not run for mayor. Third option would be take the philosophy, if he goes low, I go lower. Fourth option would be to call the plain dealer and tell the whole story, and that would just make Brooklyn Heights look bad. And the fifth option would be for me to go to every door, talk to people, tell them about my plan, and see what happens on November 7th. And I choose option number 5. We had to meet the candidates tonight, and it was brought up, many things that came up in this. And Matt Walsh talked about the incident, and he talked about how John Black restrained me or gave me a bear hug, and John Black stood up and said that that didn't happen. And now Matt Walsh is telling people that John Black is a liar, and there's a good idea. Take the most honest, ethical person in the whole village and call them a liar. But Matt Walsh and the mayor were the only 2 people that said that there was something to this, and it was, again, it was all fabricated. Also at the Meet the Candidates night, the mayor criticized my wife, and to me that's off limits. He can criticize me, he can attack me. I know that going into this, that's part of this. But you don't talk about Luann. As a matter of fact, he's lucky that Luann's not the one running against him instead of me, because from a class and integrity standpoint, he wouldn't stand a chance. But there's 2 questions. Why me and why now? I've been in council for 10 years. I was council president. I have over 30 years of sales and marketing experience. I have a degree in marketing and working with business owners. And I brought in over $30 million in assets based on a marketing plan that I designed. But it's not just me. What I really intend to do is to have a business development committee put together by some of the smartest people in the area, whether it be business owners or marketing people or salespeople, successful people that have had success before. And it's not a paid position, but we want to bring them together and put together a business plan. And we'd all benefit. John Wooden, the UCLA basketball coach, had a saying that it's amazing what a team can accomplish when nobody cares about who gets the credit. There's been some concerns from some of the residents that if we replace the mayor, we're going to lose all the relationships that he has. And he does have a lot of relationships with the county, with the state, and he's president of the Mayors and Managers Association. However, my whole career has been based on relationships. I worked with the president of COSI and got referrals, $8 million in referrals for pension plans with them. I worked with attorneys and pension attorneys. As a matter of fact, I've attachment 2 is an article that was done about me years ago about how I would network with attorneys in the area. I'm on the board of the Chamber of Commerce, and I will be involved in every organization that would benefit Brooklyn Heights, and start a fresh relationship with them. The question is, why now? We do have $1 million in the bank, which is about 2 months of expenditures, and it's not a lot, keeping in mind that we used to have $11.6 million. We have $20,000 in our capital improvement, where we used to have a couple $1 million. But now is not the time to panic. We are not looking to, we're not going to make changes as far as cutting programs. We're not going to be cutting people. And it took a while to get to this point, and it's going to take a while to build it back up. So we need to have patience. But why now also? Because if we wait in the next couple of years and we don't change what we're doing, we'll be forced to make the cuts, but we won't have the money to do it. What type of leader am I? It's critical to be consistent. We can't expect our residents to maintain their properties, and then we have a commercial property at the corner of Granger and Tuxedo with 4 feet high weeds. When you come off 480, this is the first impression that you have of Brooklyn Heights. Now, there will be some people that are upset with me as the mayor because I believe that if you are breaking the law and speeding, you will get a ticket. The reason that we have speed limits is because statistically, if somebody is going 20 miles an hour and hits a pedestrian, they have a 90% chance of surviving. 30 miles an hour, 50% chance. 40 miles an hour, a 10% chance. If somebody is going 40 miles an hour in a 25 zone, they will get a ticket and they will pay. It doesn't matter if it's a resident. It doesn't matter who it is. Safety is more critical than politics. Also, I'm willing to take a stand. Last year, we had a situation with the school board. And I went out and I supported Tom Evans. And I publicly did that. I went to every meeting. The mayor was not to be seen. He never publicly did anything. The first thing I want to do as mayor is I want to put somebody into economic development. Whether that's an individual, whether that's a company, whether that's an organization, we haven't decided. We can't afford to lose any more of our existing businesses. All along, I've been saying the first priority is keeping the businesses here. 80% of the time for that individual will be working with existing businesses, 20% looking to attract new businesses. Now, that's going to cost about $20,000. And I don't view that as an expense. I view that as an investment. However, for people that do view it as an expense, I've found where we can save $20,000. We have an ordinance coming up that we're going to be voting on it after the election, that the fire chief needs a new car. We've approved it. It's in the budget, but we haven't voted on it yet. He's got a 2004 SUV, and it's got a lot of miles on it. Well, if I win the election, I've already committed the fact that I won't use a village car. I think it's a luxury we can't afford. And January 1st, we could give the mayor's car to him, and that'll pay for the first year for the economic development person. One last thing, there's a charter amendment that's on the ballot. I think it's just important just to note. It really is just a cleanup. It came from the Board of Elections that we need to sync our charter with some of the time frames that they have. So that's no big deal. Now, why do I want to be mayor? I really feel I have an opportunity to make a difference, and that excites me because I have a chance to make a difference for the people of Brooklyn Heights. But in order to do that, I need your help. I need your support. I need your vote. Everybody is telling me that this election will be close. Don't worry about the signs that are out there. I didn't push people for signs. I think in a small town, signs make it very awkward for people. And there's a lot of people that support me, that are voting for me, that have my opponent's sign up. If you give me the chance, I promise you, I'll make you proud. My wife Luann and I are looking forward to working with everyone in the village for the betterment of Brooklyn Heights.
My husband Tom has been on council for 10 years. He knows and understands what it takes to govern a village.
I want to thank everybody for taking the time to view this. And remember, tomorrow starts with Tom.